cactus people. Now I thought I'd do a video that might help people decide what cactus they've got and indeed whether they've actually got a cactus. So I thought we'll have to start at the very beginning there and actually define what a cactus is. So to start off with, cacti are nearly all succulents, but not all succulents are cacti, so you've got to bear that in mind as well. Now a succulent is a fleshy plant that's designed to store water. Now that also leads on to the fact that some people want to eat it because it's nice and succulent and it's got water in it. So most of them have developed spines. Now spines are adapted leaves, and they protect the plant from predators, as we've said, and they also create a bit of temperature control by adjusting the airflow around the plant, but that's quite minor. Now cacti started off with leaves, and most of them have lost them. Some have still got them, but they don't last for very long on the plant. So Austrocylindra vestita, for instance, has got them on the new growth, but it doesn't have it on the old growth. So there's that to be borne in mind. So let's start off with succulents and cacti. Now you might think, oh, I know what a cactus looks like. Well, this looks like a cactus, but it's not. This is a euphorbia, which is another succulent, and it's convergent evolution. It's designed to, it's grown in the same habitats, and it's doing the same thing, but it's not actually a cactus. Now cactus have got things called orioles on them, which are adapted shoots. Out of the orioles, the spines and flowers and indeed proper shoots can arise. Now succulents don't have the orioles on them. The spines come straight out of the stem, so that's one thing to look at. So I shall put that down and pick up another couple of examples of succulents before we get off of those. This is an aloe, and this one's a crassula. Again, succulents but not cacti, so that's those ones. Now cactus themselves evolved quite recently, about 30-35 million years ago. Now there's no, or very few fossil records of cactus. I think there's one example of fossilised Opuntia parts where they found seeds and spines in rat middens in deserts, but that's about it for the fossil record. It just hasn't really survived as a fossil. So to find out the exact age, they've had to do molecular studies, which puts them at 30 to 35 million years, as I said. The more recent ones that we've got are only about 20 million years, 15 to 20 million years, I think, which is even more recent. So if you bear in mind that humans have only been around between 4 and a million years, so cactus aren't that far behind us. So they came after the dinosaurs left us in 65 million years ago, and they nearly all come from the New Worlds, from South America, and they've spread out from there. They've colonised North America and the Caribbean, and they've been taken all over the world by people. So that's a little bit of the history there. Now cactus, as we define them now, fall into a couple of groups called the core cacti, which the first one is the opuntoids, and the rest of them are cactoids. So that was quite easy, wasn't it? So opuntoids, some are flat padded like this one, some are cylindrical like the Cylindropuntias, then you've got the Tetracactus and a few other smaller ones there. So just for space sake on the table, I'm just going to put the opuntoids down, get them out of the way, and the remaining cacti we can divide into other groups. First we've got the arborescent or tree cactus, which I've got a few examples of there. Then we've got the columnar cactus, and then we've got the globular cactus, which are quite a few different ones in the globular cactus. Quite a few different ones in those as well, but I haven't got many examples. And then finally we've got the epiphytic cactus, things that live on trees in quite often in forests, tropical forests, so they're slightly different to these are mainly desert cactus. I don't really grow or collect epiphytes, so I've only got this one handy. You'll also know the Christmas cactus or the Easter cactus, which is also an epiphyte, but also I've got this one, which is Selena cereus grandiflorus, which I got as a rescue a while ago, so I don't know that much about them. That's Magda's department, so you have to go to her channel for that one, so that's good. So that leaves us, the main ones are the globular ones, which fall into different categories. Now I've got nowhere near all of them here, I've just got a few so you can get an idea of what cactus you might have. This one is a ferrocactus, quite a distinctive globular cactus. These get to a fair size, and ferro meaning ferocious, so they've got quite ferocious looking spines on those. And there's several different ones of those that get to quite big specimens. And then we move on to the Coryphantha, which are also related to mammillarias, which do I have a mammillaria here? Should have somewhere. Yep, right in front of me. So mammillarias, there are quite a few species of these, small, round, usually have circles of flowers on them, quite small. Some can be a bit showy, but normally purple usually with those flowers. Now, moving on, we've got the Echinocactus. Now most of you know the Echinocactus grusonii, which I haven't got one to hand. I should have picked one, put one nearer. This one is an Echinocactus platyacanthus, which we also get to be quite a big specimen, and they have small yellow flowers on those. And the Echinopsis, and I'll put the Echinopsis on this side because they can also cross over into the Columnar cactus. You can see they've got a columnar habit on this. Oh sorry, that's not one. Pick up that one. This one is a Labibia, which is an older name for Echinopsis. And these can grow quite tall, about a metre high, maybe half a metre. So they're a sort of crossover in between the globular and the columnar ones. So before we move on to the columnar ones, still got some more here. The Parodias, which is quite a large family in the globular cactus. This one's a Mammulosa. Quite often have large showy yellow flowers on these. And this one, this is an Astrophytum. There are several of these. Astro meaning star shaped, and you can see the star shape on that one. Lovely flowers on those. And what we got there, this is Rebutia or Alastera. These are quite often form clumps, and they're very nice showy flowers. And we also have the Machicana, which is a bit more frost sensitive than the other globular cactus. This one is a clumping one, forms quite nice clumps, and some nice flowers on that too. Now, going back to Echinopsis, this one is a globular Echinopsis. These can have lovely flowers on them. They suddenly zoom up. You've got trumpet shaped flowers that can get about this sort of size on them. So they can be very nice. They come in quite a few different colours as well. Whites and pinks are quite common in that. So that's one of them. And finally, for now, the Gymnocalyciums, which again is quite a large family in the globular cactus. And if you want to know more about Gymnocalyciums, go to Cacti Mania's channel. Daz loves them, so you'll have plenty of those. Alright, so that's an overview of the globular ones. The columnar ones, I don't have many of them. These I've got a few examples. This is a Pilosus cereus, and this is I think this is a cereus, yeah, Cereus forbesii. Yeah, but if you want to have a look at columnar cactus, go to Desert Plants of Avalon. Lynn's got absolutely loads of them. Lynn and Anne's have got greenhouses full of them. So, and finally the tree cactus, arborescent I should say instead of tree. This one is the Brasiliopuntia brasiliensis, which is related to the opuntias, but it's in a group of its own. This actually grows 66 feet tall and lives in rainforests, and these flat pads will very quickly turn into a round trunk on it, and it will reach for the top of the canopy, and to all intents and purposes it looks like a rainforest tree until you get to the top and find it's got the flat opuntia pads on it. So that's a pretty unique one, that one. And when I mentioned earlier about nearly all cactus are succulents, this is one of the primitive cacti, and it's not actually a succulent. So I know it looks dead, and I did actually throw this out last year until it grew some leaves on it. I realised it wasn't dead. This is very close to the original plants that was a shrub, and it grew spines as protection, and this still has the rounded leaves like on a deciduous tree, which it loses at the end of the season. So that's one of the links between shrubs and cacti there. So what I'll do, I can do some more videos that go into a bit more bit more detail on each one, but for now that was a bit of a summary. I think I've got most of it, so if I haven't, I'm sure you will let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone.